Hi, I'm Ashley from Sunny Made, and today we are on block 10 of our free block series. Hello friends, welcome back. It's another week for a free block. If you've been following along, we are just doing a whole bunch of different quilt blocks. The idea is to mix and match, see what you like, see what you don't like. Let me show you different ways of taking quilting elements and putting them in a block. And at the end, we'll end up with a scrappy quilt. So let me start off by showing you what our block is going to look like this week. This is our block. You know what? I love this block. I think it's probably one of my favorites I've done in a while. And already in my mind, I'm like, how can I turn this into a bigger quilt? Which is kind of my idea. I kind of want to make sure that you can take a quilt block, find one that you like putting together, and possibly making a whole quilt out of it. So once again, this is going to be a 12.5-inch square, just like our other free blocks. And let me show you what you're going to need. So you are going to need your light fabric, your mid or medium fabric. You're going to need bright fabric, as well as your contrasting, which is my flag fabric, and of course background fabric. So gather your supplies. We're going to go to the cutting mat and I will show you and tell you exactly what you need to make this block. Now before we get started on this, I wanted to let you know, stick around to the end because you will see how I did this in the bright colors. I did change it up a little bit and I loved how it turned out. So stick around and I'll show you how that one turned out. Okay, so here are our pieces. They're all cut out and ready to go, but let me go over them with you. A is our light fabric. It is 2.5 inches. You need 4 of them. B is our medium fabric. You need 4 of them. They're 2 by 3.5 inches. Of our bright C, there is 4 2.5 inches and 1 D 3.5 inches. Our contrasting fabric, which is our flag, letter E, there's 12 2-inch squares. This is F, and I can't find that one right now. So there are 8 2-inch squares. There is G, 2 4.25 inch squares, and 8 2 inches by 3.5 inches, and that is letter H. Okay, so we have all of our pieces together and we are going to make a couple of flying geese first. So we're going to take our G and let's scoot the rest of these out of the way. And we are going to make them with G and A. And then we are going to make G and C. So here are our 2 sets of flying geese, and they are going to come out to measure 2 inches by 3.5 inches. Okay, we have our flying geese. They are 2.5 inches by 2 inches by 3.5 inches. We are now going to take our E and our F squares, and we're going to make 4 patches. Put those aside. Okay, we're going to make 4 patches. We're just going to do them like this, and we need 4 of them. You should have 4 of these left over, so I'm just going to go and set these aside because these are for a different step. Okay, here we have our 4 patch. They're all ready to go. We're going to start putting our elements of our block together. It's going to be a 3 by 3 different elements. So first, let's talk about our corner pieces. So we are going to make 4 pieces that go like this with our flag. So we're going to kind of do this stair-stepping. Okay, there's going to be 4 like this. And then over here, we're going to take our flying geese. We're going to put 1 flying geese. Let me just pull this out. Can't pick those up. Okay, and then we are going to do it just like this. So as we go to iron, we're going to iron towards our medium fabric. You're going to make 4 of these. You're going to make 4 of these. And on this one, we're going to iron towards our corner flag piece. So I'm going to first sew these 2 together and sew these 2 together. Okay, and I'm pressing towards, hold on, let me think about this real quick. I'm going to press this one towards the flag and this one towards the flag, and then when I sew them together, they're going to be pressed towards that flag piece again. And now I just realized that my pieces are the wrong size. They're supposed to be the same size as that blue. So I'm going to have to recut these. These are supposed to be 2 by 3.5 inches. Let's see. No, 2 by 3 inches. Okay, I'm going to recut those. I'm going to recut those. I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to put this together so it looks like this. And I'm going to have 4 of these and 4 of these pieces. Okay, so we have 4 of our ones with the flying geese, and here is our corner pieces. So now we're going to grab our D piece, which is our only one left that we haven't used, and we are going to put our block together. So this is going to be our center. We're going to put this star one, the flying geese pieces on 3 sides, and then we are going to put these ones in the corners. We're gonna sew these into 3 rows and sew the rows together. I am planning to press towards the corner pieces and the center here. That way I'm not bending, I'm not pressing the points of this in a weird direction, and it'll lay nice and flat. Okay, here is our finished block. Let me show you the back of it. I pressed towards these corner pieces, and then when I sewed the rows together, I pressed towards the middle. All I have to do now is get my square out and square it up. It is 12.5 inches. I think this is actually a super fun block. I can see in my mind all the different color combinations. It would be fun to do these as different colors, a rainbow effect or an ombre effect. That might be fun. In fact, I might actually experiment with our bright colored block and see what I can come up with, because this is super fun, and I definitely think I'm gonna like switching up the colors and making it look completely different. Okay, now that it's all done, what do you think? Do you like putting it together? Like I said, this is one of my favorite, and I loved putting it together. What was fun was thinking about ways to put it together with my bright fabric. So let me show you real quick what that one looks like. Huh? Remember when I was telling you about this one and it was laying on the quilt mat, and I'm like, how can we make this more fun? And this is exactly what I was thinking. So I kind of did this like ombre effect where it goes green, blue, out to purple. Each corner block is a different color. I love this block. Just like I said at the beginning of the video, now I'm trying to decide what of my favorite fabrics I want to use to put together to make this block into a bigger quilt, because it is gorgeous and I love it. So between the two. Which one's your favorite? Which one are you going to make? I will make sure that I have both sets of cutting instructions down in the description box below. Oops, sorry about that. I know it makes a lot of noise when I hit my microphone. I'm going to put them down in the description box below so you can make whichever one you like. I would like to know which of these you like better. Down in the comment section. Tell me which one you like. Let's see. You can find me over on Instagram at Ashley_SunnyMade. And other than that, I hope you have a great week and happy sewing.